We are live.
Oh boy, I got nothing today.
It's gonna be a slog.
We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I thought at least I would have time to put some shit together after KM. I didn't get home till 12:30, so we have some things, but this may be a lot of horse shit today, folks.
It's the way I like it.
We need you in the chat. If you're in the chat, fire away with anything you want us to talk about, and we'll probably do it by the end of the show.
Yeah, anything you say. Oh, we got a comment. It says Mike sounds like Rick from Rick and Morty.
Oh well, let's get some Rick and Morty up.
I disagree with
let's
that.
Examine that for 20 minutes. Did someone actually say that, or do you make that up?
Nope, that's actually there.
I sound like Rick?
I don't think you do.
I think he has a gruffer voice, no?
I swear to God, Morty.
Yeah, I don't think I sound like that, do I?
No. I don't think so. It's like, I like how that was a joke. It's like, actually pull that up.
Let's compare. No, I don't think I do.
I don't either.
What was I going to say? God damn it. Oh, well, if you want to be part of the chat, folks, make sure the one place you can go is blindmike.net. That's where you can find the Patreon, as well as support the show for free. So if you want, imagine this, but paying for it. We start the show by saying I've got nothing to talk about. Imagine more of that. And that's, you could go to the Patreon or Apple, Spotify, YouTube, support the show. If you'd be so kind, if you like what we do here, then go to blindmike.net. And as my grandfather's friend Bob Bop would say, if not, buzz off.
That's a great message. I like it.
I told you that one, right?
Probably. Oh, the
voicemail?
Yeah. Yes.
You've reached the residence of Robert E. Bop Jr. If you are a friend or a relative, leave a message. If not, buzz off.
That's an awesome last name.
For 30 years, my grandfather had to... You want to go fishing this week, Bob?
It's a great last name, Bop.
Bob Bop. I never believed it was his last name, but... who 2 minutes in, we're talking about Bob Bop.
Well, we got the Warthog says, is Bulldog on Frasier based on Jerry Callahan?
Oh, interesting. I think Frasier was before Jerry ever took to the airwaves, right?
Yeah, for sure. Wait.
Frasier had the most mishmashed radio station. They had Bulldog in the morning, who was at one time replaced by Brian Callen. I don't know if you were aware of that.
He was on Frasier?
He was for one episode. He was Brian Callen and someone else were the wacky morning team that played pranks on Frasier. Frasier was none too pleased with it.
That guy Callen's gonna make it one of these days.
But they had a food review show. They had a religious show. They had Frasier's therapy show. This station had no structure, I guess is what I'm saying.
My mom used to watch Frasier like every night, like reruns.
Yeah.
And I would sit and watch it. I think I've retained 0 from that program.
Oh, I'm a Frasier guy. I actually became a Frasier. I was not a Frasier guy as a kid. I thought they were snobby British people for some reason.
That's accurate.
Well, they're not British.
Oh, whatever. Oh, yeah. That name. I mean, the not name. Fucking idiot. The accent.
Well, no, they're not doing British characters.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like they have that accent.
They have a vibe to them, yeah. I became more of a Frasier fan later in life. Yeah, a craniac, you could call me.
Yeah. Wait, didn't we go to battle with them for something?
They cowered in fear pretty quickly.
I don't remember what that battle was about.
I think it was before you. I think that was just I mentioned it on KMS, and the craniacs were flooded with tweets, I believe.
Man, Craig, are you 33 from Trump 2024? Yes, I am.
I'm glad you read that one. So we're reading anything, huh?
Oh, I thought that was the plan. Just go until people.
We got a few things to get to.
That's true.
We do have a few things to get to. I wanted to play that Mark Norman video just because I thought it was very funny.
Definitely.
I thought this was. I don't even know if I could say the best destruction of a heckler, but definitely the most honest. Like you can almost see him feel like liberated in this clip.
Oh, he loves it.
he gets very into it, and you can see he starts with like the Mark Norman shtick, like tries to make a joke,
Mhm.
and then that slowly fades away, and he just gets angrier.
Just remember that also this is on Instagram, so I cannot rewind.
Yeah, so Normand posted it on his Instagram. It was at I'm not sure where he was, but some comedy club around the country, and he made some joke about prostitution, I guess, and some woman starts yelling at him.
Was that a boo over there? What was that? What's that?
I said, indeed, you piece of shit.
Indeed, you piece of shit.
Wait, what did I do?
Fucking supporting prostitution. You know that's sex trafficking, right?
Wow. Supporting prostitution? Yes, I've given them money for years. What are you talking about?
We can't pause.
You don't.
I just the idea that you're at a comedy club, like you bought tickets, even if you don't know who the guy is, you're there. The guy makes the joke about prostitution, and this woman's like, "What?" Also, the idea that all sex workers are sex trafficked.
Or imagine just being, this is my time to yell at this guy.
Yeah, thinking. I mean, he breaks it down as it goes along, but like thinking you need to speak up for prostitutes in that moment as if it's going to do anything. This boo will stop sex trafficking.
You don't know me, you fucking psycho cunt. Shut up. So crazy. You think you're the good guy in the movie. You know? What a fucking retard. All right. Is that her? Oh, great. All right. Wait, what did I do? Why are you mad? I don't get it. What do you mean I'm promoting it? I'm telling a joke, you fucking psycho. Jesus Christ. I don't think she's smart. Suck my dick. All right. Well, that's sexual assault. You're promoting sex? Where does it end? Suck my dick. I'm sure that was transphobic in some way. If we're really doing the numbers here. Should have never fucked her. Yeah, that's really. All right. I'm Kevin Hart.
I just like the dismissive. Oh, that's sexual assault. You're promoting sexual assault.
Like he's like, I'm Kevin Hart. He's like, fuck this.
I don't understand. It's been talked about. Every comedian talks about it on their podcast, and sometimes I think too often do they whine about hecklers. Like there is a point where it's like, I don't know. You did what, 5 shows this weekend? One drunk guy yelled out. That's not a crazy ratio,
It's the only thing you remember, though.
Yeah. So, but I just think sometimes like they whine about it too much. But it is like. I'd love to interview that woman and just have a chat with her and be like, what were you hoping the comedy show was? You know what I mean? Because if you say that like, oh, you can make fun of this, and this, but not this, that's just like selfish, crazy talk. But also if it's like, I thought it was a G-rated, even kinder, more gentler than Brian Regan, then you should look into that. You should look into who you're going to see,
It looks like he's there for the weekend, it looks like, because he's normally at the Cellar, right?
Oh, is that in New York? I just assumed it was at one of his like road dates or something.
It does. It looks that way, but I'm also like, well, then at that point, you kind of know who you're going to see.
That's psychotic, especially at this point where Norman like sells tickets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's psychotic for some random woman who seems to be alone to be like, I'll just go to a comedy show tonight.
It's funny though, because like as this video goes, you can tell she moves because he starts yelling in different directions.
Yeah, right. He's following her out of the room, basically.
Yeah.
And I like when he just broke. Like, you could tell he was what a fucking retard. He didn't know what to do.
he can get away with saying that stuff still. It's very funny.
Because he's got that kind of goofy voice.
Yeah.
The old timey, comedy. Anal.
Dude, he was on last time he was on Rogan. He had a shirt that just said "Gay Dracula."
Did he?
That was all it said.
Rogan, when he was on there, so they have a whiskey. Sam Morrill and Mark Norman have a whiskey bodega cat, and I've never had it, but they gave it to Norman. Brought it for Rogan, and Shane and Ari were like, "Oh, this is really good," and Rogan goes, "This is no Buffalo Trace." And you can tell the rest of them are like, Well, it's Mark's, so like, what are you doing, Joe?
I remember that. Yeah, Rogan always does weird, not always, but once in a while he does really strange shit like
He
that.
has some kind of social autism or something. Like he's an odd duck, that Rogan,
Yeah, he's a different person on stage for sure.
where he's yelling. Yeah,
Yeah, and like fucking stools.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I like Rogan, but yeah, he's a very odd and doesn't he like it's like as if he doesn't understand jokes. Really, it's weird.
Yeah, like Theo Vaughn was on his show and it was uncomfortable listen the whole time.
Oh, I'm not really a Theo Vaughn guy to begin with.
Well, Theo would do like one of his classic you just the way he is, but it's obviously a joke, and Rogan will be like, "Really?"
What do you mean by that? Yeah,
And he's like,
Theo left the King and the Sting in the wing. By the way,
"Well, he's finally making the correct decisions."
now just the Sting in the wing. They've changed it. So here's something funny. They changed it to the golden hour, which, as my buddy Royce Lopez pointed out, why would you, if you're a guy that gets trolled and goofed on, why would you make your title so close to golden shower? But
I know.
But he did. I guess that it's Dalia, Schaub, and Eric Griffin, I think, is on there. Who now, Eric Griffin is the guy where I'm like, get away from them, man. You seem funny enough to just leave them.
Like, yeah, I can't believe that Theo Vaughn left Brendan Schaub and Chris D'Elia.
Yeah, it never made any sense. But they changed it to the golden hour. It turns out there is a podcast that has like a decently successful Patreon called The Golden Hour. And Brendan Schaub not only took their name, but apparently stole their logo as well. It's like exactly the same.
No. Yeah. I'm gonna look that up right now.
Go listen to The Golden Hour, folks.
That is just asking for trouble.
Well, he's not as Mark Norman would say, I don't think he's smart. Like I don't know what it is about him that keeps like begging to be goofed on. There's not. It's weird at this point. Same with Stuttering John. There's been some Stuttering John news, by the way. But it's weird that these guys at a certain point don't understand the joke. You know what I mean? Like if a joke is made about you so many times, eventually you have to say like, oh, okay, I guess I get at least why they're making this joke. But those guys never seem to.
So the Golden Hour podcast, I type in 2 podcasts pop up, neither of them Schaub's.
Oh, okay. So there's more than one.
Yes. It's one hosted by Dr. Kevin Majors.
I don't think that's it.
And Sharif Jones.
Yeah, I don't think that's it.
And the other one is hosted by Dave Mays and Connor McCaskill.
That sounds more like it.
Yeah, I'm just going. They're not even on the first Google search.
Jesus. And their Patreon is weird too, where they do weekly episodes, but just half of them are on the Patreon and half of them aren't.
That's a fucking stupid model, right, guys?
I'd kind of like to do it if we could get away with it, but we don't have Brendan Schaub numbers.
So half the episode would be free?
No. I'm sorry. Like 1 week on, 1 week off.
Oh, I got you. So one releases every like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Is that that's not terrible.
It's not terrible if you can get away with it. I just feel like we couldn't do that, you know? People would be like, oh, I'm paying fucking $10 for a podcast every other week.
It's gonna be more Why You Laughing heavy, I assume, in the future anyway. So it's not terrible thought, possibly.
No, it's not. If you can get away with it, I say do it. But here at the Blind Mike Project, we are quantity over quality. It's always been our motto.
Yeah.
We throw a lot of content at you.
Hit him over the head with stuff all week.
You got to say this about me. You can't say I've had any significant streak of entertainment, as is evidenced by today's podcast, but I haven't taken a week off.
That's true.
There's always been content on this fucking thing.
We always cram the week before to make sure the next week still has stuff.
Yes. And I almost had to stop myself from doing too much stuff next week.
Found out too, by the way, there's gonna be 2 weeks in December where I'm fully remote.
My God.
So that should be the 2 weeks we decide to hammer out some
Why You Laughing?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
Yes, we will do that. Yeah, next week, by the way, I think we're doing Stuttering John's One Too Many on Thanksgiving night.
Yes.
So once you're, spend the day with the family, then come home and cozy up to your old pals Mike and Craig and Stut Joe, because we will be watching One Too Many on the Patreon. And if you're not familiar, that is Stuttering John's feature film that was presented by a little production company. Don't know if you ever heard of it. National Lampoon.
Yeah, you ever heard that
Huh?
one?
Yes. So I guess National Lampoon has really been struggling over the last few decades.
When
Ever
did
since-
this come out?
Ever since Chevy Chase hung up his wacky suits,
Hmm.
then National Lampoon has hit some hard times. And in 2008, they gave Stuttering John a feature film. Stars John with, I believe, Jeff Ross is his like wacky sidekick.
Oh boy.
Although it does appear from the little I've seen that Jeffrey Ross did not do too many punch-up jokes in the script.
No.
His job seems acting specific.
Oh boy. Well, maybe he did punch him up.
I don't know. Jeff Ross is okay. I don't mind him.
I fucking hate him for ruining Dave Attell for me for a little bit.
Yeah. That's probably why young girls hate him too. But that and that alone. It's the
That
one bad thing he did.
gives them limps.
It's weird that we really pick and choose in society what sticks and what doesn't.
Yeah, were they like, he'll have something else happen to him.
There was a woman on Facebook, like just waving her hands, screaming, "Please, someone listen to me. Jeff Ross fucked me when I was 16."
I have photographic evidence.
She had a lot more evidence than anyone I've seen in the Me Too era.
She's like, see that hat? There it is on my bed.
She has ticket stubs, pictures. It's crazy. And everyone was like, fuck off, whore. Beat it.
Box Eating Dad says, yeah, when I think comedy, I think Stuttering John and Jeff Ross.
Yes, it's a dynamic duo. I listened to the guys on a podcast. I think they're called Insufferable Bastards. They did a good job breaking it down, and they said that clearly the jokes were written. His dream was to have Artie Lang in that role because it's a lot of like fat jokes, and Jeff Ross was still skinny at the time. So like it seems like he was really hoping Artie would have done that.
He really fluctuates in weight.
Jeff Ross,
Yeah.
he's another odd looking duck.
You'd watch like the roast every year. He would look different.
Speaking of Boxing Dad, by the way, I want to get back to Stuttering John in a moment, but we can't say anything yet, or can
Nope.
we?
Tonight, 8:00 live on the VGS Patreon. We're going through that surprise.
This cocksucker stealing people. All right, so that's definite.
I don't know if it aired yet, but I have the whole recording and I'm not waiting any longer.
See, I would.
I'm not going to tag anyone or anything or name it anything.
All right, just keep it quiet, people. Be smart.
You'll see. You'll see. It might go tonight.
I'll say the first time. I mean, I'm excited for something happening on VGS. How often can you say that, folks?
Every week.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's a fine program. Go subscribe. Go subscribe just to listen if Mike Harris has a mental break or not.
I think he'll be fine because we're celebrating our 3rd birthday tonight, so he might be okay.
I haven't received an apology yet.
For
Him accusing me of being part of the Illuminati that's silencing me.
I still don't know what happened.
Politics. Classic Geary. Letting politics get in the way.
No, I found out he didn't mean like actual politics. He meant like backstage politics.
Yeah, right. No. I know. Like the lobbyists have gotten to me and said, said you can't have this guy on. He's bad for ratings.
Don't have him come on here.
He'll sink this show.
That guy Mike.
And I'm like, all right, fine. The suits got to me again. Who does he think is pulling my puppet string?
I don't know. The thing I had to explain to him. I'm like, yo, when I said don't do this, I meant you look really gay. I don't want you to go down this route.
Does he think I'm backed by like
Big Pharma? Probably.
I don't even know. Like fucking Brendan Schaub is backing this podcast.
Well, we all saw Schaub. If he was backing you, I would say left wing. That's for sure. He's a monster.
He's funding me.
He does have a lot of money.
Part of the Schaub PR team.
Oh, Edward Michael says, "Where's Benny Loco?" I did want to talk about that
Oh,
first.
yeah. So we gotta get into that. Are you aware of this?
That he's got pissed off at Benny Loco.
Yes. So apparently on Stuttering John's Patreon,
Benny
it's on hiatus for those of you that aren't aware. And immediately there were problems because John sent out, or posted something on Patreon, said we're on pause until January. No one's gonna be charged. Don't worry about it.
Even Ojeda's
And-
gone.
Oh, I got an Ojeda update as well.
Okay.
Maybe we do have stuff to talk about. We'll get to it. I like to get rid of the riffraff first, make them think we got nothing to talk about, and then the true believers stick around.
Yeah.
So Stuttering John on his Patreon says we're taking 2-month break. Of course, immediately people are like, "Hey, I subscribed like 3 days ago. I got charged, and now I'm not getting content for 2 months. What the fuck?" And John doesn't even really answer that. He's like, "No one's getting charged." So now it appears people have been getting charged for the month of November. Now, Craig might actually even know this better than me.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. Someone subscribes today for Patreon.
They get paid.
That's for that's for the rest of the month, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's not for last month.
No, but in his defense, if he stopped charging people monthly, it might still charge them one time when they sign up.
I think these are his beloved chatters, his loyal patrons.
Oh, so everyone got charged.
I think so. I think I'm not exactly sure. I shouldn't tell tales out of school, but I think people are getting charged that shouldn't be, which caused his mods, Benny Loco in the chat, and Andrea Brower. How sad is it that I know 2 elderly women that just are in John's chat?
I really thought Benny Loco was a guy.
I assumed that too, but no. We were lucky enough to see her on a live stream, and I suspect she may have had a cigarette or 2 in her life.
Benny Loco.
Think Marge Simpson's sisters.
I did see a picture of her yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Benny Loco apparently piped up, and she's John's most loyal soldier.
Like literally was screaming at me, not only in
Yes.
not in his, but in Richard Ojeda's live chat. I was getting yelled at by Benny Loco.
She's a ride or die bitch. That's the box eating dad to VGS. He used to be loyal to this program. Now he's a VGS guy.
He's still
But that's their number one soldier. And so Benny Loco pipes up and says, "Hey John, I think it's wrong that you're charging people." And so of course, John takes to Patreon, and the post is titled, "Dear patrons like Benny Loco." So he's calling her out. And he says, "No one is getting charged for November. Also, no one is getting charged for January. The Patreon is on pause. Until December, I'm sorry. The Patreon is on pause till January, when people will be charged again." And it's like, well, John, think about this. If they're charged in January, what are they paying for? December? Are you saying that they're not going to be charged until February for January's content? I don't get what you mean. So John's just lying and charging people. Now, my theory, I could be proven wrong on this, but my theory is that people will be charged again in December.
Yeah, it seems that way. I understand, like, if people signed up, they got charged because you pay one time and then you got like literally everything he's ever done.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Yes, if you just signed up, I guess I do understand that.
Like,
Because you get the
there's no
backlog.
argument.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no, wait a minute. You don't get the backlog of content. He
How do
has
you-
deleted everything.
Okay, he's a pile of shit then. I don't know.
I forgot about that.
The
He-
court
he-
light fund.
I don't know if any Stut Joe Depot or any of our guys are in the chat, but if anyone with access knows, I could be wrong, but I know he deleted everything off YouTube, and all his Patreon content, I believe, is held on YouTube.
Or YouTube links. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure no one is able to get his backlog of content. So they're paying for nothing. I mean, they were always paying for nothing in a way. You could just listen to WATP, but You see my point.
Yeah. John is sending a blind guy to warn Mike to stop talking about him. Unfortunately, the guy warned a mailbox.
You know about that, right?
No.
Shuli had a
Oh, yes.
Shuli had a visitor.
Yes. I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about you specifically. I was like,
No.
you
That'd be
left
great.
that one out.
That'd be great. The guy's facing the wrong way. Alba has a friend that's legally blind also. And it wasn't until then that I realized how fun it is. I get why everyone makes the same jokes at me every day. Like in that moment, I realized.
You were watching this blind person.
No, not even watching him. Like she would say something and I'd be like, was he facing the wrong way? You know, like just immediately.
You know all the fun things to say.
Yes, I've vetted all the all the jokes.
Stutjo Depot says he's still charging for YouTube memberships as far as he knows.
What the hell's a YouTube membership?
There's YouTube memberships. They exist.
What does that mean? What do you get?
It's basically like a Patreon kind of.
Yeah, but what is I guess I'm asking what is John offering? That's not on the Patreon, but is on YouTube.
It's probably you can be on
either or.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I've seen it. YouTube's it's so impossible to navigate. I hate it.
Well, this is classic John because now he's going to pretend he's oblivious. I do believe he'll charge people in December. Maybe I'm wrong. But if he does, that one he won't address. This one will come out viciously angry and be like, to the cunts like Benny Loco, how dare you? And then the next time he's caught doing it, he won't even mention it happened.
To the only person that's had my back.
Well, that's John. And Shuli does a great job breaking this down. I've really dove into the Uncle Rico show, which I believe our boy Stutjo Depot produces. Get me on there. Tell Shuli I want on. But what they do a great job of breaking down is his relationships with people. And he uses people. So if Benny Loco isn't moderating his chat, she's useless to him. So if she dare pipes up, she will feel the wrath of John immediately. There's not even a second with John of like, oh, should I just destroy my relationship? Should I burn this bridge? It's immediate. It's like, well, fuck him. Now the gloves are off, he likes to say.
He thinks he's more important than he is. Or more famous.
I mean, he thinks, first of all, with Howard, when he was on the Stern Show, he would always say, and even afterwards, and this would piss Howard off, I think, he would say, like, me, Fred, Robin, Howard, like he'd put himself on that level. Where, like, if you know anything about Stern, you know, he holds Robin and Fred in higher regard than anyone. Like, that's the inner circle. I think Artie might have been there at a time. You could say maybe Baba Booey. But, like, it's a pretty small, that's an elite group that John felt like he was in, and he never was.
Yeah, he was a fucking intern for most of it, wasn't he?
He was an intern and then a call screen. He elevated himself to call screener.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it would honestly be like if I was like, yeah, you know, at the start of Barstool, me, Dave, Feidelberg in the Milton office.
If you made it to new NFL headquarters that day, you could.
I know. I could be a millionaire right now.
You would.
Literally, if I was there 2 days earlier, I could be a millionaire.
You think I wanted to kill myself before?
I never really think it's good that I've put that out of my mind because that would have been tough in my darkest hours.
He's sitting in like a studio apartment in that basement one that's dark that you were talking about.
Yeah.
I could have been something.
Doing, by the way, that summer that you're referring to, at my most depressed, Gaz and Dana Beers came and filmed a documentary. I was in part of their documentary.
Oh,
I was literally reliving the glory days.
That was for Barstool Gold, right?
Yeah. At the time, I think it's on like YouTube now or something. But
yeah, Barstool Gold was worth it just for Rough and Rowdy, and then they got rid of it.
I thought it was a good idea. It was a good shot. I guess it didn't work, but it seemed like a good idea.
Like you could put even like the dozen behind it.
Yeah, I was gonna say they could use it as a Patreon for everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because the best part of it was you got every Rough and Rowdy.
Right.
So
yeah, that could have worked out, but Anyways, how did we get there? Oh, yeah, it would be like me putting myself on that level. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense that John thinks like that. But not only does he think of himself that way, he also thinks it's 1992, where being on the Stern Show at any level is relevant, where it truly is not. You
Hmm.
know, like new people on Stern. Like, there's a guy. I want to say his name is Chris Wilding. Does that name ring a bell with anyone? Anyone know who the fuck that is? But
No.
he's like one of their guys now, and I think he's been there for a while at this point. So it's not the heyday of Stern, even though he thinks it is. And he's always like, yeah, I was on Howard Stern, I was on the Tonight Show. And it's like, that's kind of proof of how you've bungled your career. You were on the biggest radio show of all time, the biggest late night show of all time, and now you're in a dirty apartment yelling at Carl and Shuley.
It is funny though that Stern is like so fascinating because
In what way?
it's just what I've never seen. I know it gets talked about a lot, but like if you truly think about the fucking 180 this dude pulled, it is.
Oh, I mean, it's wild, but go listen to, I think the most recent episode of Who Are These Podcasts? They broke down Stern. And I don't know if you know, Craig, last month was Cocktober,
Mhm.
where they do things with each other's cocks.
Oh, so he's back.
And that has spilled over into Cockvember. Because Howard came in studio and wanted to do more cock-related things. So no, the phrase "he's back" is wrong. Because here's the weirdest part of what Howard has done. Like I remember Greg Poehler when he was on KMS.
Mhm.
He was like, "Well, why? I mean, he's a 65-year-old guy. Why can't he change and evolve?" It's like the problem with Howard is he went on The View and said he never said the N-word. I mean, there's hours. We could literally do a YU laughing episode called Howard Stern N-word and just break down every time he said the N-word.
Yeah, Jerry was talking about this either yesterday or the day before, and within 4 seconds, I had him in blackface on the screen.
There's multiple occasions. There's not.
Yeah,
That's
no.
not just one video.
I know.
So he denies that happened. He kisses celebrities' asses. Like he used to call Jennifer Aniston a cunt, and
know.
Ellen. He said Jennifer Aniston had a smelly pussy, and that Ellen was a cunt.
Well,
And now he has them on. He has dinner with Jennifer Aniston now, and just
no.
pretends that shit didn't happen.
So, but he stands by the Ellen comments.
No. He had Ellen on too. I love when you dance. That was his big thing.
Oh yeah, and he had wasn't it her show where he was selling his book, being like,
Oh yeah, he came out. He danced for her.
yeah, he's sellout.
So that he's completely switched, but then also tries to do. He's also very out of touch. Like I think the day Howard Stern as we knew him died, when I always compare him to Portnoy. Like I think Portnoy is kind of like a modern day Stern in a way. I think Kirk's show is a modern day Howard Stern show also. But the thing those guys never did is like completely lose touch, where Howard has lost touch with his audience completely. And the greatest example of that is his battle with Ari Shaffir.
Oh yeah, the podcast one.
Yeah, where he told Ari Shaffir that podcasting is irrelevant and that what you need to do to be in broadcasting is go work at an AM station in Kentucky to, get your chops, to pay your dues. Like,
Right.
That's how you're supposed to do it. And Ari was like, that's not how it's done anymore. Like, don't you understand? It's changing. Just because you did that, you had to do that. You paved the way. You should be celebrated. Take a victory lap. You paved the way for all of us. But because of you, we don't have to do that anymore.
Literally, no one does that anymore.
That would be hurting. Like, I honestly thinking having this dumb podcast is better than if I was on some shitty radio station in Boston.
An AM station for sure.
Yeah. Honestly, even an FM station at this point.
Yeah,
Unless it's 98.5.
Yeah, even EEI sometimes. I mean, they still get listeners, just not like it was, and not in comparison.
Yeah.
But there's what, like 3 stations maybe that make waves around here.
Make waves is a stretch. When's the last time you heard about any of those stations?
That's true. I mean, like, even like sometimes, like Felger will say shit sometimes that I'll see on Twitter.
Yeah, maybe. I don't see it, but
The Francesa account, what's his face?
Funhouse. Oh yeah, he goes after them a little bit now, right?
Yeah. Which I mean, it sucks for them probably, but I feel like him going after
Oh,
you.
I would think they like it.
Yeah, it's probably a compliment in some ways.
Yeah, I don't think Felger gives a fuck.
He doesn't.
I think Felger's smarter than Francesa in that way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he minds trolling necessarily.
Yeah, there's a producer at EEI that's been putting out pretty funny. Or no, not EEI. 98.5 puts out like fake Maz and Felger and Maz clips for after the Patriots game every week, and it just nails.
How do you mean fake?
Like he'll just go up and be like, "The Patriots suck." Like he just does an impression of them.
Boy, that
But
sounds terrible.
It's kind of funny because it's exactly what it's like a very good imitation.
Pull it up. I don't believe it.
Oh fuck, I don't remember his name. I think I might have retweeted it once.
Watch, it's Fitzy.
No, it's not 50. It's some producer for one of the shows in the afternoon, I believe.
It's Bonjour.
Oh, did that happen? Or did that get they got pushed again?
Oh, you didn't hear that today?
No.
Oh, we played it. It was they have a hell of a time on that show.
I started listening when you guys were already in calls, and I listened.
Oh yeah, no, go back and listen. The Bonjour thing was very fun.
I'm not gonna be able to find this. I forget his name. I'll send. Someone send it to me if you're listening.
The Warthog will find it.
Yeah, he probably already has it.
Oh, so the other thing I wanted to talk about was Ojeda.
Yeah.
He has been doing shows.
Really?
Yes. I still want to take credit for this. And like I said, if anyone knows better, please correct me. But I think we got him off of YouTube. I think because of us, he left YouTube and is now exclusively on Facebook.
I mean, so it has to be people's real names?
I think I don't know if that's his logic, but I think so, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, not as many. But yeah, you can control the trolls a little more on there.
I mean, we can't take credit, but we can be the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, I mean, we came in pretty late in the game, but we hammered it home.
I mean, the timing was just too coincidental.
I mean, it can't be a coincidence. He hasn't done a live stream on YouTube since then. Never announced it. Never said, "Oh, you guys will see me on Facebook from now on." There was nothing. He just disappeared. Same time as John, by the way.
Right. That's why I was like, do they like have like are they colluding somehow?
It's amazing the lack of foresight. If you claim, like John claims he has millions of listeners and everything.
Nope.
Excuse me. But let's pretend he has thousands. Let's live in that world for a second. It's amazing where you've built up an audience on this political show. All he talks is politics and trolls. His two topics are politics and Carl from Who Are These Podcasts. What's that?
We have breaking news, I think, that I need to play.
Oh boy, what happened?
It looks like Schaub is collabing with Barstool.
In what way?
Rough and Rowdy.
Oh, you know what? I'm okay with that. That's the capacity that he should be in entertainment.
Yeah, but there's a I agree with that, but there's a pump up video or something that
Oh boy. All right.
Yeah.
Are they gonna act like he's funny now?
Yep.
Don't break my heart and have Dan Katz pretend Brendan Schaub is funny.
That'll be terrible. That'll be terrible.
I'd throw my PMT hat to the ground.
Oh yeah. I was warned I need to check this, so
all right, let's give it a watch.
Welcome to Rough and Rowdy. Special announcement coming in hot, added to Rough and Rowdy 19, December 9th. I put together one hell of a crew for the Calabas Fight Companion Show. We will be watching it live with the boys. We're talking Theo Vaughn, Joey Diaz, Rampage Jackson, myself.
He's dancing on it. Oh, this is a heavyweight fight. Oh, another big one. Oh, goodness. Oh, wow.
I gotta say, I don't think I have a problem with this.
It's a human sex doll.
what is he's doing a fight companion?
I don't have a huge problem with it. I think that's actually a good idea.
That's a
They
great
stole
idea.
Cullinane's idea.
Cullinane, just act from now on. Don't speak, just act.
They stole Cullinane's idea and gave it to Brendan Schaub.
Wow.
Wow.
In the crew, he's got Joey Diaz, Theo Vaughn, Rampage Jackson.
Yeah, some names in there.
I'll watch that.
I mean, that is I can't shit on that decision. A, because they don't have to have Brendan Schaub there and pretend he's funny.
Nope.
And I'm sure Brendan, I don't know if he's the best fight analyst. I'm sure he's a hell of a lot better than that than stand up.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like that seems like his wheelhouse, breaking down fights. And when I was listening to him shit on Dana White, there were some funny moments where he's comparing him, like, you know, he's biting the hand that feeds him with Joe Rogan. But that was the most coherent I've heard him.
It's because he's confident in what he's doing.
Yeah, and the most passionate that I've heard him. Like, that was a moment where I was like, he's not at his worst here, that's for sure.
Well, I hope he kind of knows what he's doing. He was one of the top 10 best at that in the world.
Yeah, but that doesn't always make for a good analyst.
Oh, I don't know if he's good.
Look at the amount of fucking stiffs that have been in the booth in the NFL.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Jason Witten was horrible.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, well, they have CTE, and then I'm like, oh yeah, duh.
Oh well, yeah. Mrs. Schaub and the kids should look out. I hope they don't have a Bowflex in the house. But yeah, that's not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
Can you find for me
Mhm.
the video of Big Cat's coffee, the full video?
With that dog shit? Yeah, I'll find it.
Yes. You mean his actual dog, not dog shit, right?
coffee.
Oh, dog shit coffee. I get it.
Yeah.
Yes. This is amazing, by the way, for the folks at home that don't know. Craig innovated the idea of podcasts getting behind coffee. And now, imagine this. Barstool Sports is stealing from Dave Cullinane and Craig Oconee. What has become of the world?
It's quite wild.
That these two men are setting the standard for Barstool Sports.
Why the fuck can't I find this fucking commercial?
Yeah, there's a video where Big Cat, it's like a 10-minute video, I think.
The one when like the commercial or an interview?
It's a mix of both, where he's talking about the coffee and he gets very emotional talking about his dog.
Oh, I think because she's about to die.
I think she did die.
Oh, this was filmed before? Oh, I get it.
Don't know.
On. Is it the making of Stella Blue coffee? It's a minute and a half.
No, that's not it.
10 minutes.
I think that's it. Yeah.
If
If anyone has it send it to us in the chat, if you'd be so kind.
I bet it's awesome coffee, but for this sake, it's shit.
Oh, I love Big Cat, and I don't think he'd put his name behind anything that's subpar. But watching him talk about his dog is very funny to me. Was Jerry emotional today about his dog?
Yeah, kind of. He didn't cry, but
Damn.
yeah. When you're a pound, free shipping. Exclusive. Yeah, someone find that video and send it to me. It's not on Stella Blue Coffee's Twitter. Maybe it's on his.
Try Big Cat's.
Big Cat.
We must find this.
It's that crazy?
I think it is. Kirk didn't. Me and Dave kept mentioning it, and Kirk was like, you get emotional. Or I think Kirk thought he was kidding. I don't think he is.
Kidding in the emotional part?
Yeah.
No, if his dog's dead and he was talking, he loved that dog.
Is this going to be burning the last bridge at like KFC in Portnoy? Hate me? Should I not do this?
He won't care. That's the thing. He gets it.
Yeah.
So.
He liked the show by the other day, by the way, which I imagine was an accident, right?
The Blind Mike Project?
Yeah. It'd be funny if Big Cat loved Ojeda talk.
I need to come on. I am not finding this fucking video. Someone will find it and send it to me right now, right, guys?
Doesn't seem like it.
Go behind the scenes of the making of Stella Blue.
Let's give it a try. I doubt it. I don't think this is it. But
this is it. No, this is it.
Okay.
It's the time at least checks out.
Okay.
Let me rip this so it doesn't fucking skip on us.
All right.
Yeah, no shit. We're gonna play this and be like, Dude, this stinks. What I do like is there's 3 different blends, which is smart.
Craig, a coffee connoisseur now.
We just went. I like dark, so I'm cool.
Does he
with it.
grind his own beans? Is the question.
Does he drink his own coffee? That's the other question.
Well, he's smart. They have pods,
Yeah,
beans, and something else, some other kind, the drip or whatever the fuck it is.
yeah. So, hon, that's downloading. Do you want to hear this eulogy real quick while that's finishing?
Yeah. So should you set it up or just play it?
I want to just play it. It is insane that
Can you at least tell me what it is or who it is, or is it better if I don't know?
it's a daughter eulogizing her father.
Okay. All right. Let's give it a shot. This will lead nicely into this person will not be as emotional as Dan Katz is in this video, so it'll be nice.
But Dad, please know that while I am grateful and highly aware of all that you've given this family, I still don't miss you. When you died, I felt like there was a hole. I missed something, but it wasn't you. It was the idea of what you could become. I miss being able to hope and wish that one day you turn a corner and see the world from my perspective. I miss the idea that one day you might help me fight for the things that matter. I missed my faith.
Hold on.
Yep.
Please tell me this isn't the direction. I just started The White Lotus.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen it?
No.
So I'm in season 1, and the woman that plays Tammy Taylor in Friday Night Lights is in it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like a CFO, like a big shot at whatever company she works for. And she's on vacation at the White Lotus Hotel with her kids. And the daughter is so cunty to her parents. And I can't figure out if it's that's what it's supposed to be, if I'm supposed to feel that way about her, or if I've gotten to the age where I'm like, don't disrespect your mother like that. Have a little fucking...
This...
if I'm just an old man now.
Even if you feel like the way that she feels is almost like, why did you even go? Is how I get from this.
Well, I don't know. She wanted to get this off her chest. I'm sure it was therapeutic. Is there a payoff to this, or is it all just like this?
I think there's a payoff.
All right, let's find out. And this is just a random lady at her dad's funeral.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Help me fight for the things that matter. I missed my fantasy of you. Because when you died, it solidified the fact that you'll never be what you could have been, but only what you are. And what you are is a racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, Trump-loving...
Oh my God. Did the family know she was going to do this?
Dude, I have no idea.
So, this is exactly what I'm talking about. In White Lotus, the daughter fights back on everything the parents do and say like, why you're white, so why do you care? And it's like, I just want to fucking... I want to give her a smack, as Bob Ryan would have said back in the day.
Dude, so I showed this to Jerry, and he's like, he was so pissed. He was like, when I eulogized my dad, it was literally the best, like the biggest honor I've ever had in my life. I took it seriously, like, and then here's this.
Wait, it was her father, David Duke? How could he have deserved this?
I don't know.
All right.
Because I will say this too. She's saying her dad's white. She doesn't look white. So,
oh boy, maybe it's not her dad. Maybe the poor old man was duped all these years.
He hates.
Maybe he hates one specific black guy.
He hates African Americans so much he fathered one.
All right, let's keep going. I guess this is. Why would you do this? Like I said, the therapeutic angle I get, but it's not something you actually act out. I don't think.
No, you go like punch a wall behind, like backstage.
you go to his grave and say it to him when no one's around. You know.
Colonel Craig in the chat says, "Ghost of Christmas Future. This is my funeral." Oh, let me back up a little. We gotta get that chunk in again.
We should be making Colonel Craig stick more. I'm sorry. I should salute you when the program starts.
But you're General Geary. So
good afternoon, Colonel.
I have to. Good afternoon, General.
The fact that you'll never be what you could have been, but only what you are. And what you are is a racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, Trump-loving, cis-straight white man. That is all you'll ever be to me. And before you tell
Hold on. Trump has penetrated funerals now. Trump has gotten into... Think about this. Trump ran originally 6 years ago, right?
Yeah.
If it's a father of a girl this old, I cannot imagine 6 years defined his life.
Yeah, no shit.
But that's what he's being reduced to, is this 6-year span where he liked a guy who was president.
Oh, dude, the worst part, I mean, we'll
Why
get
do
to
we, I do feel bad because why do we have this video?
it was posted on Libs of TikTok, I think.
Do you think she posted it? Like, fuck you, Dad.
It's on I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some research because
Like,
I
guess I'm asking, how did Libs of TikTok get it?
they just probably have shit sent to them all the time. I don't know if the person whose TikTok this is was in the crowd and recording it.
Because that's pretty douchey, also. You know what I mean? Like, to record this, like, obviously it's wild, and I'm glad he did record it. But it's like she's having a moment, like her dad died. I can imagine her regretting this. So to post it online is pretty shitty.
Well, she could have also been like, "You better fucking record this. I'm about to flame this motherfucker."
Well, that's what I'm wondering is, did she post this like one last fuck you to the old man?
Well, now that he's dead, I'm going to say how I really feel.
I think people give good, at least in the movies. I guess I haven't seen one personally. But I'm imagining people with like frosty relationships with their father give decent eulogies. You know what I mean? Like, I never understood the man. We didn't always get along, but he did this, this, and this. This girl argued with him about politics.
As he probably adopted or had, so he either adopted a black kid, showing that he's not racist, or he's married to a black woman and had a black kid.
Are you sure she's not just like a darker skinned white girl or something?
I don't know what I can say, and I don't mean anything by it. Like,
oh boy,
she's got an afro.
Well, so what? But white people have curly hair.
Okay. What do you guys
be Jewish?
One in the chat for black, two for not.
Well, come on. You know what these people are going to say. I'll be giving these people's eulogies. You were a racist piece of shit, Colonel Craig. No offense, Colonel Craig. It's just the first name I could think of.
That's the rumor on the street, anyway.
Is the misogynistic, xenophobic, Trump-loving, cis-straight white man.
There's so many
That is
things.
all you will ever be to me. And Dad, before
Was that a laugh? Was I in the audience for this? And not.
There's like slight. I'll go back a smidge. There's like groans, a laugh. Like I would fucking piss myself laughing.
I'd give her a standing O. Yes. Fuck this guy.
This is funnier than anything I saw at Schaub's fucking stand-up show.
Oh, this is great. I wanted this girl to go on tour roasting her dad.
Just read this over and over again.
Yeah, the fuck Richard tour.
Glenn's a piece of shit. Coming to Rhode Island.
And Dad, before you tell me to respect the dead, please remember that you disrespected and disregarded the lives and deaths of entire communities of people with your ideology. You told me to never back down, so I won't. You know for a fact that even against
Hold on.
So I'll listen to you.
There's some mixed messaging here.
Yeah.
You're listening to him now, even though he was a piece of shit?
To stand up to yourself, so you are?
Why are you using his teachings?
You just hear the casket go, ugh.
All right, to quote that cocksucker Farrakhan, they're all termites.
Leave Kanye alone.
of people with your ideology. You told me to never back down, so I won't. You know for a fact that even against you, I'm not afraid to share my peace. You are everything I aspire not to be. And I
Hold on, wait. He gave you some good life lessons.
Imagine at your dad's funeral going, you are everything I aspire not to be.
Stand up for yourself. Don't hold back. These are good values. God forbid there's an afterlife.
Kirk was right, though. This is something I brought to the show today.
Okay, that makes sense. I assumed Jerry gave a eulogy for his dog, which would have been awesome.
He sort of did, I guess.
Like this?
No.
Toby, you were a racist. You were a xenophobe.
You won't eat the kibbles.
This is wild.
It's my favorite thing that's come out in a while.
That's what I was saying. I'm sorry. God forbid there's an afterlife where this guy is looking down and saying, let's see what my beautiful angel says about me.
He's like, oh my God, she never told me this while I was alive at all.
Oh no. She would roll her eyes at the dinner table once in a while. But
When I was in hospice, the last thing she said to me was, "I love you, Daddy."
that'd be great if this came out of left field. Like if they had a beautiful relationship, and everyone's like, "What? What is happening?"
The most stunning thing, I think, is still to come.
Okay.
People with your ideology. You told me to never back down, so I won't. You know for a fact that even against you, I'm not afraid to share my peace. You are everything I aspire not to be, and I refuse to stand up here and sing the praises of a man who was the paradigm of white supremacy. So I'll take your racist mindset.
Good Lord.
That wasn't it, but I just forgot about that part.
Paradigm of white supremacy.
Yeah.
Who was this man?
That's what the same question Jerry had. We need to find out more about this funeral.
Was he just like a fucking firefighter in Jersey? You know what I mean? Like, what power did he have over people?
I have no idea.
Of a man who was the paradigm of white supremacy. So I'll take your racist mindset, I'll take your money, and I'll take your advice. And I swear to God, I will make this world a better place. Not at all because of you, but in exact opposition to you.
It seems kind of like because of him.
No. It's in the
He's
direct
inspired you to do this.
direct opposition.
All because of you, but in exact opposition to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there more?
That's it.
Oh, what was the best part that you were referring to?
The best part was that people actually clapped afterward.
I was so baffled by it that I didn't really acknowledge that.
Yeah, no, people they're like,
Yes, good job.
Stupid dumb motherfucker. Fucking great. That's awesome.
Yes, very good. Very good.
Unreal.
All right, now is Bookie will come up to say a few words about the money he owes him.
We never liked his daughter. We told him that.
Ladies and gentlemen, all right, thank you. His daughter just gave a lovely speech. Now his mistress is going to join us. I know a lot of you probably didn't know she existed, but she'd like to say a few words. They are quite literally burying this guy.
The only way that like this girl can be saved is she comes out and be like, "My dad used to get like 3 knuckles in when I was young." That would be like the only defense.
Yes, fine. Then I'll allow it. Yeah.
That's like the only defense, though.
It would. I thought when you said the best hasn't come yet, I thought you was gonna be like, "Nah, I'm a fucking around. He was an all right guy."
No, the best part,
which would have been hysterical.
That would have been great. But the fact that people clapped, I enjoyed more. They're like, "Yes."
Well, when this girl is at the garden, I will pay to see her.
I'd go.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd be like, "Do me next."
Whatever this girl's name is, Lindsay eulogizes America. It's the opposite of like Jeff Ross and his roasting thing, where he had 6 different like roasting shows.
Yeah.
It's eulogizing all of her enemies.
That's the name of the episode: eulogizing our enemies.
Now I have to say, what did Ari Shaffir get canceled for again?
Saying,
you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't fucking Kobe's daughter. This girl should be canceled.
I don't know what she's from yet, but she'll find something.
Good Lord.
She'll definitely find work.
Well, that was good. I'm glad. I'm glad we saw that. Now we got to play a much more. Now, listen. That was a little girl who was raised by this man. Obviously, stayed in touch with him her entire life to this point.
I lived in his house, ate his food.
I assume lived in his house. And they had a father-daughter relationship. Now here's a man talking about his dog.
There's nothing like the dog that's been a part of your life for a really long time. She's been, moving from Chicago to New York, 2 kids. She's not,
Hold on. You would think he's talking about his wife. 2 kids. He's not a single mother, Dan.
I can't fault him for this. I can't.
Neither can I. He's a very nice guy. I have all the horse shit I usually say. But
no, this dog.
I just find it funny.
Dog. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
I find the whole dog thing, and maybe it's because I don't have a dog, but I find it a little over the top the way we treat dogs now.
If you had a dog, you'd understand.
I just watched Neil Brennan's new stand-up special. Very good until the end. He would appreciate this video. Put it that way.
Yeah.
I thought it was very funny, but he has a bit about dogs and like people, avid dog owners. That is very funny. That I think you should check out.
I will. But yeah,
Blocks on
Jerry said, "Yeah, I spent my day crying yesterday."
There's
He
from Jerry's voice.
Yeah, it's the best. But he's like, there's a few times a guy can cry. He's like, when a parrot dies and a dog.
Oh, I don't fault someone for crying. I don't fault Big Cat for crying because his dog died. My cat died and I cried.
Cats suck.
Well, listen, hey, don't make me cry again. This was a good one. I wouldn't get another one, but that was a good one. That was like one I had since I was 8 years old, probably. So like I can understand getting emotional. What's funny is that he recorded this and then had to look at a producer and say, "Perfect."
Nailed it.
Let's post it. Should we play a little more or are we out on this? I don't want to make fun of Big Cat if the room's not on board.
My thing is like I've had dogs my whole life, so I relate to this. In my head.
Well, you can't understand how I find it funny. Well, go back and listen. He says she moved a lot and had 2 kids. She did not birth them.
Rico was at Barstool through like 3 presidencies. Did the same thing. In my head, I'm slightly going, Mike's a monster.
Maybe I am. Maybe I'll get a lot of backlash on this. But I want to hear this one line again. So hopefully people will understand me.
Back it up.
Yeah.
There's nothing like the dog that's been a part of your life for a really long time. She's been, moving from Chicago to New York, 2 kids. She's not,
Does that not sound like he's trying to portray her as a single mother?
She's part of the family. She
has to drive him to soccer practice, and then she comes home to a dirty house. I mean, my God, it's the hardest job in the world.
When you have a dog, especially as long as he had, like he was a poor and then Stella was there. Now he's a bajillionaire. Stella
you're missing my point here.
I'm defending this fucking guy.
Does anyone in the chat agree with me? Someone back me up here. It's hilarious to eulogize her in that way. That's all. I understand him crying and everything. But listen, people aren't on board. I guess I'm a man of the people. I'll go with whatever the people say, but I find it very funny.
Yeah, the chat split. We got Edward Michael saying bury him. Fox Eating Dad is saying he's explaining how his dog's been a part of his life through the most important parts of his life, you dumb fuck.
2 kids.
He was there for his 2 kids' births. Stella.
Did she provide a lot of support? Did she say, hey, like, you know what you got to do? It's the worst. You got to get on their sleep schedule.
You know what she did?
Otherwise, you're not going to be.
She probably laid in the room and watched the door, make sure no one comes in.
Advice to the dog give him?
Harms the child.
Keep playing a little bit.
All right. Wait, where's my mouse?
The attention anymore, so I thought this logo and this coffee name would be a perfect way to make sure that she does live forever.
Oh yeah, that's how long the coffee brand's gonna be around.
And to make a few bucks. You doing this for free?
Yeah, I mean,
it's purely to honor my dog. No other reason.
I want to point out too, Callahan coffee, cheaper. Just saying.
I'll go buy Callahan coffee.
Callahan coffee. Drink it every morning. It's delicious.
All right. Well, I feel like if I continue, it's going to sound mean because you guys aren't on board. And I like Big Cat. I just found the video funny as all.
I'll have to study this and get back to you. But so far, I'm like, God damn, dude, he lost his dog.
She's an overworked mother.
He's also a coffee mogul.
She went through law school. She had to work 2 jobs.
That's not what he was saying.
How much stress did this dog have on it?
That's not what he was saying.
All right, I'll leave it alone. I didn't realize everyone was so sensitive. I'm sorry. Terribly sorry. I just mocked a woman burying her father for 10 minutes, and you guys are like, don't make fun of this dog.
No, we make fun of that stupid bitch who did that in front of people. And then anyone that went, that was great.
Yes. Very good. They'll protest a Trump rally, but they'll clap at that. Oh, good Lord. Well, it's been a fun show.
It was fun.
Wasn't there something else we wanted to get to?
Oh, quickly. I can play that part of the Ojeda.
Oh yeah, let's hear this. So people told us we missed out on part of that video. I made you guys sit through the video. Then Craig wanted to bail, so I said, "All right, fine." Craig runs the ship.
That's not true.
By the way, I have to say that video, the clip you responded with on Twitter,
did it on
did
my
a lot
phone?
more harm to you than good.
It did it on my phone.
Because
Plus,
I asked this guy to clip something from the show. It takes him 6 weeks. It's like, remember, this is a clip from when we talked about Larry King dying.
we're
Just got it to me.
We're in a competition. Who's gonna tap? Mike tapped. I remember at the time.
No, I don't think that's how it happened. Anyways, people told us we missed out on some Ojeda juice, so I guess we got to play it a little bit.
I have 550 cord because you know what? You never know when you may find yourself not able to get accommodations and you may have to make yourself a lean-to in the park to sleep for the night. So this right here is perfect.
Oh, what?
A lean-to?
What the hell is that?
I'm guessing like a tarp. Like
So Richard Ojeda is saying to the masses, his viewing public, you never know when you go on vacation in Europe. It's a pretty good shot. You could find yourself under a tarp in a park. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
That is very bizarre.
You know all those people that go to a different country on a trip and they don't have sleeping accommodations set up beforehand.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is who's booking this Europe trip and you might not have shelter?
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, you got to make one of those tents with a tarp.
That's what, when we went to Vegas a few weeks ago, I was like, maybe we could find a hotel, or worst case, we'll sleep on Fremont Street. Seems...
I'm going to go to the exact place my mom was standing when shots started and sleep
Well,
there.
that would be a hotel, actually. So. Stop by the Mandalay Bay?
Yeah.
Was there more to that or no?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, he's just going to tell us to wear flip-flops now.
Well, go watch the video yourselves if you want to, I guess. we danced enough for you, didn't we? We made a show out of this horse shit.
Yeah, when that message came across that we missed that, I was mad at myself.
I was bummed, yeah.
Yeah, and then I heard it and I went, oh, I mean, granted, we would have
laughed. We would have had a lot of fun with that. But the moment has passed, I think.
Right, and we would have gotten.
It's not on the guy that told us; it's on us.
Right, we would have gotten stuck on that comment forever. But
because it is baffling. Like, does Richard not have a hotel booked? I mean, there was already the speculation was that he stayed in hostels, but you have to book those. They're not like, yeah, we might have a room for you, or we might make you sleep in the park.
Either one. Either one.
Oh, by the way, speaking of political giants, I think the official candidate of the Blind Mike Project, and why are you laughing? I think if you support either of those programs, I have a lot of influence, much like Joe Rogan. So you're going to have to do what I say because I am a podcaster. And in November 2024, we will be voting Hinckley.
Oh, yeah, shit.
What's the name of his party?
Hold on, let me pull this up.
Now, this is scary. This is actually a little scary because when John Hinckley was released, it's ridiculous that they released a guy who shot the president.
No.
But, hey, he's just a crazy guy playing his songs, Let him do him, I guess. Maybe he really has changed. Now he's getting back into politics.
Yeah, he tweets out a picture of what I can only describe as him trying to do a Johnny Cash impression.
He tweeted out a picture of Reagan's grave. I won. And I'll win in 2024.
Trump, you don't want me to not like you. He tweets out, I'm starting the National Redemption Party.
Uh-oh. He's going to get what's his.
Yeah. We are for peace, love, racial equality, LGBTQ rights. He forgot the plus. That's a big deal. Abortion rights, the Green New Deal. We oppose the mob that controls the music industry.
You took a hard left there. I wonder who he's talking about, by the way. I don't think it's the Italian mob, if you know what I mean.
This is the fucking funniest part. This is the funniest part. To join the NRP, send address to John Hinckley 413 at yahoo.com to receive membership. Is he in Massachusetts?
I was going to say, is he in Western Mass? Those are my stomping grounds. That's my area code.
Oh no. Never mind. I'm done trashing him if he's that close. Forget it.
Him starting the National Redemption Party is much scarier than OJ saying, I got some getting even to do.
But imagine sending this guy your fucking. He got to the president. He can get to any of us.
Right, yeah. I mean, he probably doesn't have the resources he once did, but.
A gun?
I guess that's all you need, yeah.
That's all he needed.
Yeah.
Apparently, suck ass shot.
Yeah, so we're voting Hinckley.
I guess we're going to have to.
We're on the side of justice.
To make my life easier when I have to.
I also thought my Italian mob line deserved more, but I don't think it was.
I missed it.
All right. It was a joke about the Jews. Kanye 2024.
Probably landed then.
All right, folks. Blindmike.net. Oh, and go to verygoodshow.org tonight, right?
Yep,
tonight. You're watching live.
8:00. We'll be live on.
Should be a special treat. I think you're shooting your wad here.
Yeah, but I feel like whatever. I don't care. It happens.
That's the spirit, folks. If you like that attitude, if that gets you going, if that gets your juices flowing, hop over to verygoodshow.org. And if you want to support this program, make sure you go to blindmike.net. Patreon, merch. We got merch, baby.
Merch, baby.
Apple, Spotify, YouTube, all that good stuff. Craig's Twitter. All
Twitter's...
the links you're ever looking for are at blindmike.net.
Yep.
I don't know. Anything else? Anything in the chat before we sign off here?
People already changed their name to Hinckley 2024. So
add away, baby. Finally, they're listening to me.
It's 550 rope.
We're gonna flood the streets.
That is what Ojeda said. He's got 550 rope. So
is it really? That's funny.
It must have been. He must have got it from here.
My buddy Bruce Mittman sent it to me. We disagree politically, but
I would, dude. If I found that out, I would have literally been like, "Excuse me," and put my headphones down and went to his office. And,
we need you for a moment.
No, I would have been like, "We need to talk right now. I need this guy in studio tomorrow."
Yeah, we're flooding the streets with our Hinckley. When our leader Johnny says the time is right, we will strike.
Yes, I like it.
All right. Do we have the new outro, or is it the abridged version?
The other one is at my house.
Damn it!
It's done, but I have that one. It's basically the same thing.
All right. Well, how about our holiday music? Do you have that queued up?
This is the one with the.
I want. Where's Gustin? Where's Garrison?
So, by the way, I just want to point out there's been 2 times since then that we've done special music without Gustin.
I noticed the election was one of them.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you've just broken him. He's a broken man. He knows he's not going to get it.
Well, I was going to put Gustin in, and he just spoke immediately as soon as the music started, and there was nowhere to put it.
He can't trust you anymore.
I guess.
This guy's he's burying Pete Gustin. You notoriously hate legally blind guys, and he knows that.
the big wave for Montante to produce Jerry Show.
Well, listen.
Yep.
I support Craig all the way. Ironhead, Ironhead, Ironhead.
What was the chant in is that next week's Quincy? All right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know which one that is, but
I might actually
a couple good Quincy's, by the way, folks.
Yeah, I might have to add that to the outro of the show.
Yeah, if you can find it and it fits, I'm down.
All right.
Because we should have Quincy in there in some form.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Oh, the battered kids is my business.
Yeah. Add that, add the full Garrison. We need a big outro here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep this somewhere because I'm assuming it's just gonna keep being added to.
By the way, when people are listening to this, it will be available for free, I think. By any chance, did you hear Monday night's Legion of Skanks?
Was Chappelle on it?
Funny you should ask. So Lewis is part of some documentary that like Tucker Carlson is doing on comedy.
Nice.
He said he didn't know if he should do it. He was like worried it was going to be a right wing thing, but he said like Norton's involved and Noam from the Comedy Cellar, so he said yes to it.
Mhm.
And so she does the interview with him, and it goes very well. And then she says, "Hey, can I have Shane and Dave's numbers?" So he said, "Absolutely." And he sends him Shane's number, and then sends him Dave Smith's number. And she goes, "Okay, and you two, you two are close. Like if I mention your name to Dave, they'll know what I'm talking about." And he goes, "Oh, that guy's the closest thing I have to a brother."
Oh no, I know what's happening in my head.
So then Dave Smith gets a text, and this woman is like, "Hey, we love to have you on this documentary." And she's saying things like, "Your place in comedy is so important." And Dave's like, "I have a nice libertarian base, I suppose." And she says, "You have really opened doors for people like Shane Gillis." And he's like, "Well, we do have him on my podcast every so often." He's feeling good about himself. And so, but he doesn't respond. He said he forgot why, but he just didn't respond by happenstance. And so Monday comes around, and she gets another text. Dave gets another text from this same lady, and she goes, "Hey, just wanted to circle back and follow up about the interview. Really hoping you can do it. By the way, great job on SNL this weekend." So on the podcast, they go back and they're like, "Why would she think you were Dave Chappelle? It doesn't make any sense." They go back into Lewis's texts. Attached to the "Can I have Dave's number" text was an article about Chappelle that she wrote. So she was like, "Is there any way you could get me in touch with him?" Basically. But he just assumed, because she said Dave, that you meant Dave Smith. And so what they did was patch in Dan Soder, who does a pretty good Chappelle impression. They three-way called him and muted Dave's phone. So this woman did a full interview with Dave Chappelle.
Oh,
where Dave Chappelle, only every question she asked, Chappelle would circle back to how much he respects Lewis. They did a very good job.
Oh, that's so funny.
And you were watching it all happen in real time, so it was pretty funny. So I recommend going and watch that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. All right, we made it through this one. I think this actually wound up being a pretty good episode.
Great episode.
If I could pat myself on the back.
Me too.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And we'll talk to you, I don't know, whenever. We'll talk to you next time.
Sappers clear the way. Everyone all the way.
Rock on.